The UFC lightweight division has been thrown into total chaos. Ilia Topuria, the undefeated wrecking machine, shocked the world by taking out Charles Oliveira and seizing the 155-pound crown. Fans erupted, the rankings exploded, and a brand new era seemed to begin overnight. But for all the hype around Ilia, there's one name that refuses to stay silent, and one name the fans keep demanding to see. That name is Arman Tsarukyan. And if the UFC wants to keep its lightweight division from collapsing into a circus, they need to book Arman Tsarukyan against Ilia Topuria next. No excuses, no politics, just the best fighting the best. Ilia Topuria didn't just win the belt, he detonated it. After breaking through at featherweight and conquering legends like Volkanovski and Holloway, he moved up to 155 and obliterated Charles Oliveira in a first-round finish that stunned even the harshest doubters. With that one performance, Ilia's legacy skyrocketed, putting him on a path to be remembered among the all-time greats. He was the golden child of Spanish-Georgian MMA, undefeated, savage, with a highlight reel worthy of legends. And yet, even as he stood on top of the cage, fans around the world were already buzzing about his next test. Because as terrifying as Ilia looks, there's someone perfectly built to challenge him. Someone who has sharpened their tools against some of the best lightweights in the UFC. Someone whose name you might not hear, screamed at marketing meetings, but whose skills have left coaches and analysts wide-eyed. Arman Tsarukyan. Arman is the worst-kept secret in the lightweight division. A young, hungry Armenian-Russian powerhouse who has carved his way up the rankings with ruthless precision. After crushing Charles Oliveira in devastating fashion at UFC 300, Arman stood among the elite as the number 2 ranked lightweight. No hype train, no marketing push, just pure fighting. He's the type of contender who doesn't care about belts on Instagram. He wants to earn everything inside the cage. That mentality is why fans love him. Arman's story is a classic underdog tale. Born in Armenia, moving through Russia, grinding his way up in a sport stacked with killers, taking fights on short notice, fighting anywhere, anytime, anyone. His UFC debut against none other than Islam Makhachev on days' notice. And still, he took the future champion to a gritty, competitive decision. That night, everyone knew Arman Tsarukyan was a problem. And since then, he's only leveled up. He's demolished veterans, overwhelmed elite grapplers, and shown the kind of gas tank that would make a triathlete sweat. His victory over Charles Oliveira wasn't just a win. It was a statement that he's not just the future, he's the now. Meanwhile, the UFC is in a dangerous spot. It's no secret that sometimes chasing the money means matchmaking goes sideways. Some fans have whispered about Paddy Pimblett getting fast-tracked. Some mention Justin Gaethje. But if the UFC truly respects the sport and the rankings, they have to look at one name: Arman Tsarukyan. Because Arman is the man who can truly test Ilia Topuria. Ilia's style is a masterpiece of violent, accurate, powerful striking. A style that has sent opponent after opponent crashing to the mat. But what Ilia hasn't faced yet, at least at lightweight, is a wrestling machine who can push the pace for 25 minutes. Someone who can scramble, chain wrestle, and land bombs at the same time. Someone who is still getting better fight by fight. That's Arman. Technically, it's a fascinating matchup. Ilia wants space to plant his feet and throw those hellish combinations. Arman specializes in taking that space away, grinding opponents against the fence, chaining takedowns, and making them drown. That's exactly the type of challenge Ilia has yet to truly conquer at 155. If he wants to prove he's a legendary double champ, this is the fight that will validate his reign. And beyond the rankings or the money, there's a sense of fairness. The UFC lightweight division has been burned before by politics and slowdowns. Remember the era of McGregor's logjam? Remember the years of interim belts and weird cross-divisional detours? The fans are sick of it. They want clear answers. They want merit-based title shots. They want Arman. And if the UFC ignores that, If they sidestep Arman to chase the next money fight flavor of the month, they could risk destroying the credibility of one of the greatest divisions in MMA. Lightweight has always been sacred. The division of BJ Penn, Khabib Nurmagomedov, Frankie Edgar, Tony Ferguson in his prime, all warriors who earned their way up the hard way. If the UFC lets the rankings rot and leaves Arman on the sidelines, it might be a wound the division can't recover from. Look at Arman's skills. You can't ignore them. His wrestling is among the very best in the UFC. His striking, once a weakness, has evolved into a sharp, powerful complement to his grapple.